Welcome back to the Midnight Runner Show. Glad you could stick with me through the break, just the top of the intro break right there. You know, a good question was asked in the chat room. Can the Attorney General be sued? No, I wish. I don't know. You know, this is what's amazing. You know, even though all of this is going on, when we put this in a nutshell, we see that Barack Obama has supported the Black Panther Party. Eric Holder supported him. They believe in this black liberation theology that they can just go out to these polling places and intimidate people. They believe they can do that. That's not what black liberation theology is all about. But what I'm saying is they all support the same type of idea. Rev Wright. Barack Obama supports that. He supports immigration. I don't understand it. And the question was asked in the chat room, can the charges be challenged? The dropping of charges be challenged? I don't think so. I don't think so because Eric Holder is Attorney General and he's the one who makes the decision, the ultimate decision. So I don't know. Can it be challenged? I really don't think so. But you know what's going to happen is in November, if we come out in masses, if our friends and family and everyone and people that don't usually vote, oh, and I want to tell you a little side note here. As a Christian, do you know how many Christians, like over 60% of Christians do not vote? You know what? And I don't understand that. Well, I don't know which one to vote for. Pray. Ask God to help you decide. Do your research. Get out there and vote. If we get out there in November in masses and in droves, it's not going to matter what they try to pull. Congress will change hands. The Senate will turn back to us. And Barack Obama will be cut off. But if it's real close, you know, if just some of us get out there and it's real close and then there's challenges. Listen, do you think Barack Hussein Obama, let me ask you guys, do you think he's going to sit by knowing that he's going to lose power in November? No. They're pressing forward with this health care thing. Using recess appointments to put people in charge of Medicare. Check that out. For the rationing of Medicare. And it will happen. Rationing will happen. He's moving forward with this. Barack Hussein Obama does not think that the Republicans will take back the Congress. Because you know what happens if we take back the House? If we take back the House, guess what happens? No funding for the health care bill. Nothing. Because that's for all the appropriations bills. So we take back the House, we stop the funding, his health care thing doesn't go forward. But that means we've got to pick up a lot of seats. We've got to come out in droves and elect a lot of good people in November. But Barack Obama doesn't seem to think that's going to happen. He's very confident that he's going to keep going for the next 4 years, destroying this country. So what do you think? Well, I think we show him something different. I'm telling you what. Makes my head just want to spin. The Arizona law, there's a new poll that just came out, and 56% of people oppose the Justice Department challenging of this law. Again, does that matter? You know, presidents and politicians used to, you know, they'd go with the polls. If the polls said, this isn't popular, then they would turn with the wind. And Obama has done that with certain things. But with the majority of situations like the health care bill and Arizona law, he don't care about the polls. He wants to do what he wants to do. He don't care if it's right or wrong. He don't care if Americans are against it. He's not representing you. He's not representing me. He's going to do what he wants to do. 56% of people oppose the Justice Department challenge of the Arizona law, and 61% of people are in favor of a similar law. Yes, it's 61% want a similar law in their state. Now, this comes from Rasmussen reports. 86% of all likely voters say the immigration issue is at least somewhat important to how they will vote for Congress this November, with 55% who say it's very important. That's over half of likely voters in November say immigration is very important to them, and over half of them say we think the Arizona law is good. And the Democrats and Barack Obama and the Justice Department are going against the law. What does that tell you? See, things are looking good. Looks like DOCDLB in the chat room said the AG, the Attorney General, can be sued. And he put a link in there, but Ustream removes it. I'll have to check that out. That'd be kind of cool. But who's going to sue him? I don't know. And also on the Rasmussen reports, 71% of mainstream voters favor passage of an Arizona-like immigration law in their home state. That's a total altogether. Likely, 72% of political class voters oppose passage of such a law. Huh. So it's like all over the place. Among all voters nationwide, just 28% oppose passage of an immigration law like Arizona. So basically altogether, 28% oppose the passage of the immigration law. 28%. I mean, what does that tell you right there? Oh, yeah. DSCDLV says the ACLU, in the case that's discussed, that he found the ACLU sued the Attorney General. Well, you know they won't in this case. You're absolutely right. They won't in this case. They love Barack Obama. They love the liberals. They won't do it. The Arizona law right here, it's amazing what it actually says, even though people think it says something different. Look at this. It says, no official agency of this state or county, city, town, or other political subdivision of this state may adopt a policy that limits or restricts the enforcement of federal immigration laws to less than the full extent permitted by federal law. For any lawful contact made by a law enforcement official or this agency. As you see, I'm putting this in the chat room also. Actually, it's not going to be fitting in there. So anyway, I want to go ahead and read this. Okay, for any lawful contact made by law enforcement official or agency of this state or a county, city, town, or other political subdivision of this state where reasonable suspicion exists that the person is an alien who is unlawfully present in the United States, a reasonable attempt shall be made when practicable to determine the immigration status of the person. Okay? The person's immigration status shall be verified with the federal government pursuant to 8 United States Code Section 1373C. If an alien who is unlawfully present in the United States is convicted of a violation of a state or local law on discharge from imprisonment. See, there's the key. You can't just get stopped for no reason. It's not like Mexicans are going to be walking down a street in Arizona and they're going to get stopped for no reason. Let me see your ID card. There has to be reasonable suspicion exists. There has to be. But again, you see what's happening. The law is getting twisted. and the lies are coming forth. You know, and I know, that the law is not racist. You know, and I know, that it's to protect. Listen, there's a reason why there's a process for immigrants to come to this country. Is it too long? Yes. Like I mentioned last week, I know a couple of people who've been trying to get their papers straightened out for years and years, and they're only coming from St. Croix. Okay? So is the process way too long? Yeah, the process is ridiculous. It needs to be reformed. Not scrapped, not amnesty, not open the border and let everybody who they want come in whenever they want.